Hi, I'm Matthew, and today I'll be teaching you the Pythagorean Theorem. The Pythagorean Theorem is about the three side lengths of a right triangle. Right triangle means that one of the three angles of a triangle is 90 degrees. Doesn't matter which of the three, but one of them has to be a 90-degree angle. When a triangle is a right triangle, the side length ABC hold a special relationship. The square of the longest side, C, is equal to the square of the two shorter sides, A and B. And thus, we have our equation A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. In math, we use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the third side when the length of any two sides are known. Let me demonstrate this using an example. Find the length C. First, let's check if this triangle is a right triangle. Yes, it is. This is a symbol for 90 degrees, meaning that this triangle is a right triangle. And when we have a right triangle, Pythagorean theorem says that the square of the two shorter sides can be added to equal square of the longest side. The longest side is always in the opposite of the right angle, and this will be quite helpful as you will see from the next examples. So we have 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to C squared. 3 squared means 3 times 3. 4 squared means 4 times 4 is equal to C squared. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 4 times 4 is 16. Is equal to C squared. 9 plus 16 is 25 is equal to C squared. We take the opposite operation that is done to our variable, and the opposite operation of square is a square root. So we take the square root of both sides, and square root of 25 is 5 because 5 times 5 is 25. When we take a square root of 25, our answer is 5. If you need more help with the squares and square roots, please check out my other video. So 5 is equal to square root and the square cancel each other out. So we have C. And this means therefore C is equal to 5. We have successfully found the length of the side C. And this time we're going to find the side length of X. What is the longest side in this triangle? It is the one that is in the opposite of a right angle, so that is X. So Pythagorean theorem says that 6 squared plus 8 squared is equal to X squared. 6 squared is 6 times 6 plus 8 squared is 8 times 8 equals to X squared. And here you can see why I've been using the dot as a multiplication sign, because if I use the other symbol, that looks very similar to the variable x, so we use a dot as our multiplication sign. Let's continue solving. 6 times 6 is 36 plus 8 times 8 is 64 equals to x squared. 36 plus 64 is 100 equals to x squared. And as before, we do the opposite operation of square, meaning we take square root of both sides, and square root of 100 is 10 because 10 times 10 is 100 equals to square root and the square cancel each other out, so we have 10 is equal to x. Just mathematical convention to write x, the variable on the left side of the equal sign. X is equal to 10, and that is our answer. Next problem could be a little tricky. Find the length y. And here, what is our longest side of the triangle? Some may say that it is y, because that's where our longest side always have been. Our longest side is 13, because that is in the opposite side of our right angle. So this sets up our equation as the square of the two shorter sides, y squared plus 5 squared is equal to 13 squared. Y squared plus 5 times 5, that is 25, equals to 13 times 13 is 169. So now we take the opposite operation of adding 25. So we subtract 25 from both sides, and that equals, that cancel each other out, and 169 minus 25 is 144. So we have y squared is equal to 144. And as before, we take the square root of both sides. Square root of y squared is equal to square root of 144. The square root and square cancel each other out. So y is equal to square root of 144 is 12. You could use a calculator for this. So yeah, we have y is equal to 12. This example is similar to what we've done before. Find the length n. And here, first thing that we check as before, it has a right angle, which is good. And now, what is our longest side? It is in the opposite side of our right angle, so it is 10. So the Pythagorean theorem says that n squared plus 5 squared is equal to 10 squared. N squared plus 5 times 5 is 25 is equal to 10 squared, 100. And we apply the opposite operation of adding 25. We do that to the both sides. Plus 25 and minus 25 cancel each other out. 100 minus 25 is 75. N squared is equal to 75. Now we take square root on both sides. Square root and the square cancel each other out. So n is equal to square root of 75. Because 75 is not a perfect square, we have to use a calculator. And if you plug in square root of 75 into your calculator, you will find that it is 8.66025, and it goes on. And we're going to round it up, so we're going to use this sign. That means that it is about the same as 8.7. So our length n is about 8.7, and that's our answer. The last question is not about finding the length of an unknown side, but it is to check if a triangle is a right triangle. By diagram, that looks like a right triangle. This angle right here looks about 90 degrees. But we're not going to trust our eyes because that could be 89 degrees, meaning that it is not a right triangle. But we're going to check using a Pythagorean theorem. What is our longest side in this case? It is 41. So if this is a right triangle, then Pythagorean theorem suggests 30 squared plus 30 squared is equal to 41 squared. If this equation is true, this triangle is a right triangle. So we're going to check. 30 squared is 30 times 30, and that is 900, plus, again, 30 squared, 900 is equal to 41 times 41. And if you use a calculator for that, you will find that it is 1681. 900 plus 900 is 1800 is equal to 1681. Now, is 1800 is equal to 1681? No, it is not. So that means that the triangle is not a right triangle. And this is how you can use a Pythagorean theorem to see if the given triangle is a right triangle or not. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe, and check out my other videos as well. I'm Matthew, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!